power workout with you. I'm here with my lovely friend Victoria, and we're going to be using the Bosu. So we're first going to start with some fun arm spring work. I've got the arm springs hooked on my roll down bar, and we're going to warm her body up with some squats and lunges. You guys know I love doing full body stuff first, and then we're going to break the Bosu out and put it on the tower bed and use our strap for some really fun core challenges. So for this workout, you're going to need your arm springs, your roll down bar, a Bosu, and you might need a light weight, and then we'll see if we need anything else. I'll let you know as we go, okay? So let's get started. We're going to start with arm springs on the roll down bar. Just going to take your hands to the outside of the roll down bar, awesome, and then you want to walk back kind of far. We want her to have some nice tension on the bar, and then you're going to come into a squat position. As you come into the squat, you're going to pull the bar into your chest. So you're going to come down, pull in, very good, and then stand up nice and tall, press the ground away, straighten those arms, good. Think of that, inhale, yeah, if that feels too heavy, you can always come more forward. Inhale down, and then exhale, press up. So she's getting a full body warm up here. Inhale down, and she's not arching, she's in that perfect neutral spine as she lowers down, and then up. Inhale, lower knees are tracking in line with big toes. Second toes, she's pressing up, those arms are extending, perfect. Come down, pull the arms in. She's using her back muscles to pull that bar into the chest. 4 more. 4, down, and press up, lift. And 3, down. Perfect squat form, looks amazing. And 2, she's bracing through her core as she lowers as well. 1 more time, down, and press up, lift. You're gonna go back down into that squat 1 more time and hold for me. Hold that squat, only the arms. Inhale, let your arms come forward. Exhale, pull that bar in. Yes. And then I want you to, yes, really pull in here. And then pull that bar towards the chest. Good job. So now she's working those legs isometrically to hold herself here. So hard, right? Inhale forward, exhale wide. Neck is staying long. Pulling in and slowly forward. She's got 3 more. 3. And slowly forward. This is a great way to get people warmed up. 2. And slowly forward. 1 more time. In. And reach. Now you get to stand up nice and tall. You're going to step your right foot back behind you. So you kind of come into a lunge position. Yeah, exactly. So now she's coming down. She's going to come into a lunge position. So we're going down. Yep. And then when you come up, you're going to press the bar down. Lift your back leg. You kind of come into this like deadlift position. Yes, exactly. And then you're going to step those toes back down. Find your lunge bend. Okay, she's using the lunge position now to push off, and then as she comes forward, she hinges from the hips. She uses the tension from the bar to lift this leg higher, go a little higher. There you go, squish your butt. And then you're going to lower those toes, come back down into that lunge. Yes, lots of work on that front leg, and then lots of core bracing. And then she hinges forward. She's going to get that shift of balance or weight just perfectly so she doesn't fall forward, right? 1 more time. Down in the lunge, and then press up, lift. Yes. And then hold for a moment. Just hold your balance. And then I want you to slowly come all the way up where the knee comes up. You come up upright. You're going to plant that foot. Yes. Now we've got both feet planted. You're going to be hip distance apart with the feet. Yes, and then in between sides, we're just going to do a standing lat press. So focusing on posture, I want you to press the bar towards your thighs as you grow taller through the crown of the head. Yes, exactly. And she's working on keeping her hip bones neutral. So she's not tucking, like show tucking for me. Yeah, this is bad. And she's also not here, which is her nap. This is where she wants to be. A lot of people want to be, right? So just make sure you've got your people's shoulders and hips stacked. And then you're going to press down, exhale. Inhale, come forward. She's wrapping the shoulder blades around the spine, using all of these muscles here to pull that bar down. Yep, and then press down, exhale. Inhale, come up. Good job. 3 more. 3. And slowly, she's also using her triceps and the backs of the shoulders. 2. And then on 1, I want you to press and hold right here. Now, small pulses. Up an inch, down an inch. Try to grow taller. Try to release the front of the neck. There you go. That's perfect. Up 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Now you're going to keep your hands on the bar. Now you're going to step your left foot back behind you. So she's going to do those lunges on the other side. So just continuing to get that body nice and warmed up, getting ready for core work. We lunge down, We're gonna come forward, lift the back leg, keep the hips square, press down on the bar, keep the chest open, yep, and then step those toes back, you come back to that lunge. Amazing, yep. Press off the ground, lift, press down on the bar. See how she's keeping that beautiful long line through her spine, is what we want. And the toes come down. And it's nice to have the arm springs on because she can actually press down more than if the regular roll down springs are on. Oh, you're fine. It's a lot of balance. And then you go down, and then slowly press up, yes, and then she's got lots of stability and support in that right leg. And then down with the toes. Perfect job. And then up, find that counterbalance. You press forward with the arms, you lift up the back of the leg. Yep, and then come down. And she's really finding lots of stability and support through this right glute and through this right foot. She's trying to keep her weight evenly distributed. 2 more. 2 down in the lunge. Yep, and then press yourself up, lift, and press down with those arms. Great job. 1 more time. Down, and then press up, lift, hold for the balance. Just staying there, squaring the hip, finding length through the spine. And then I want you to slowly come up. So you find that balance and stability to come all the way up and plant that foot. Great job. Now you're going to hug your arms into your waist. Now we're going to bring your hands on the inside. So you're going to bring your hands on the inside of those hooks, and we're going to do standing triceps. So again, since we've got the arm springs on, she's going to be able to push a little bit more than if we had the heavier springs on the bar. So elbows into the waist, tall spine, shoulders stacked over hips, hips over ankles. She's going to press the bar straight down. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Very good. And if you want to make it harder, right, you can always step further back. Make it easier, you can walk forward. Inhale, exhale, press. Yes, and the whole time she's working here, she's really engaging her core to hold her body in this perfectly straight position. Pressing down, exhale, and then just go chin up a little bit for me. There you go. Exhale, press, inhale, up. As you push your arms out, I want you to roll your shoulders back. Yes, there you go. Good, because this is about your triceps. It's about the back of your shoulders, and then it's also about hooking into the back muscles here to maintain the opening through the chest. Yeah, good. And then press, exhale, lift up. We got 2 more. Then we're going to do baby pulses. 2, press, and lift. 1 more time. Down, hold. Now we do small bend, small extend. So you've got baby, yeah, it's like T-Rex arm pulses, I like to call it. Up, down. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. You're going to step forward. She's going to step inside of the bar. Okay? So we're going to do some of our favorite exercises that you all know and love from inside of the spring. She's going to take her hands on the outside. Yep. And then just kind of, I would say, maybe take 1 or 2 steps forward. So you're thinking about a standing plank, right? And then I want her to be in your Pilates stance. So she's going to come heels together, toes apart, with a baby, like, not quite so wide with the feet. Try to come in a little more here. There you go. That's good. And then think about wrapping your glutes. So in turnout, we get the benefit of wrapping the glutes around to work those external. You can go a little wider with your feet. I need you to go straight down. Yeah. Delicate balance, guys. Think about a diet piece of cake. That's what someone used to tell me. Not a big piece, but like a medium size. And then now she's going to lean forward a little bit. She's going to push her arms out straight first, so that way she can find the tension that works for her. So if that feels like too much, you'll walk back. So you can tell there's a delicate balance between too much tension and too little. You want enough that you can hold yourself out in the plank, but not so much that you feel like you're going to get catapulted backwards. Yeah, that's good. Perfect. So now she's going to pull the hips forward in line with the spine. There you go. Exactly. Now arch your back tiny bit. Not the upper, but the lower. There you go. Yes, you don't want people overly tucked. Now your arms are straight. You're going to hold your body in this position. Bend your elbows, let the bar come into your chest, but don't move your body. Inhale. Exhale, push your arms straight out in front of you. Good. Inhale, bend the arms. And then exhale, press out straight. So now she's really anchoring those heels and feet to the mat. She's keeping her body as stiff as an ironing board as she moves her arms. Press. Bend in, so it's a chest exercise and it's a lot of core stability. Press. Good. Inhale, bend in. Exhale, press the arms out and then reach the crown of the head up to the ceiling. Yeah, elongate that neck. There we go. Bend in, inhale. And then exhale, reach, press forward. You have one more. And as her arms press forward, she's finding that abdominal connection. The ribs pull back as the arms press forward. Hold your arms here. Now you're going to reach your arms up straight overhead without letting your ribs pop so hard. Yes, inhale, arms up, find that core stability. Exhale, pull the arms down. Use those under armpit muscles. Yes. Hug those inner thighs and glutes. Inhale, let your arms float up overhead. So she's keeping her collarbones wide. She looks so nice. You've got to tell people to really anchor down through the heels and then pull the arms down. Yes. It's almost like a standing ab wheel exercise. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, press those arms down. Amazing job. I love these exercises. Two more. Two oldies but goodies. Always working the whole body and then coming down. On this next one, you're going to reach your arms up last time. And on this one, I want you to let your body extend a little bit. So arch your back a little bit. Yes, but don't be too far forward. Try to come back here on your heels. Yes. So people will want to shift forward, get their weight back in their heels a little bit. Now, so you can let your arms up a little higher. There you go. Exactly. That should go kind of good. And now, when you press your arms down, you're going to think of an ab curl, standing ab curl. So you're going to keep your arms straight. You're going to press the arms down and forward and round your upper back, keeping your pelvis vertical. See how she's keeping her pelvis vertical? This is great. Now, really strong glute and inner thigh connection. Inhale, let your arms go up. Find that little bit of extension. Controlled extension through the upper back. Try to arch your upper back a little bit. There you go. Good. Now, exhale. She's going to round forward. Connect here. And she's keeping that pelvis vertical. So she's isolating that movement from the thoracic spine. Down, and then slowly coming up. Lift and open. Amazing. There's going to be lots of good, juicy spinal movement today. One more time. Rounding down. So here we challenged her in stability, and now we're challenging her in mobility. Because she had to hold her body still, and now we're challenging her to move dynamically through flexion and extension. Good. Okay. Now, here's what you're going to do next. You're going to let the arms come down a little bit. Take your hands on the inside of the springs. Yes, yes, yes. And then back out here, actually. No, but like inside, everyone always gets confused. Now go like here. Yeah, got it. You're right. Every time I say that, people are like, wait, what? So yeah, you want to go inside, then outside. And then you're going to bring the bar right at your hip crease. So you want to go like right in here. Yeah, good. And then you can go back to parallel feet. This is a nice stretch for the back. You're going to walk yourself forward, okay? Quite a bit, because we've got the arm springs on versus the roll down bar springs. So she wants a little bit of tension. You're going to keep your hands on the bar. We're going to stretch her back out. She's going to start to round forward with your upper body over the bar. Yeah, really anchor your feet to the ground. Exactly. Now that your body, once someone gets over the bar, I still spot. You can take your hands off the bar and reach them forward towards the ground, just like you're in a forward fold. Yeah, should feel awesome. It's like traction for the spine. So the tension of the springs pulling back is going to give her this length here. Now that she's over, she can start to walk the hands forward like you're in a downward dog position. So you're going to walk your hands out, find that downward dog type position. Exactly, go as far as it's comfortable. How's that? Good. And then now she's going to think about spreading out those fingertips, wrapping the shoulders, bring your head up a little bit in line with your spine. That's good. And then you can drop it a little bit more right in between your arms. Yep. Now think about pushing your tailbone up and back behind you. Yes. And then anchoring your heels. That should feel really good. Yeah. Now she's going to bend her right knee, keep her left leg straight. Think like running dog in yoga. Yes. You really are pulling that left heel into the mat. And then I want you to switch. Straighten your right leg, press your right heel in, bend your left knee. Yes. You're just making sure that people don't sink here. And then take the left heel down. We're doing it one more time each side. Right knee or right heel lifts. Yep. And then you press it down. And then the left heel, we're getting that deep hamstring, deep lower back stretch. And then we anchor the left heel, both heels are down. Yep, you're gonna start to walk your hands towards you. So you wanna have people come out of this very slowly, right? So they don't get hit in the face with the bar. So you stay in your forward fold, then I want you to take your hands on either side of the bar. Exactly. Now, slowly, slowly, you're gonna uncurl. Soften your knees, roll back up, one vertebrae at a time. Amazing, yeah. So now she's nice and warmed up and ready to go into our core work. So you can step yourself back, all the way back, and then you can step out of this crazy contraction. Now we're going to grab the Bosu, and we're going to put that down on the mat and go into a really fun waist toning series. So So, we're gonna put it down. You wanna make sure that you've got your strap available on your tower or your Cadillac, either one. And then we're gonna start, I'll show you. We're gonna be in this position where the hips and knees are stacked. We're gonna kind of work our way over the Bosu. So she's gonna start here, slightly in front of the apex of it. This arm reaching, we're gonna start with a little spine twist, stretch, and then this, you scoot up a little more. And then you're gonna have this forearm down, this arm reaching. You kind of come up into this little side crunch, and then we'll do the stuff where you're on the strap. So it's a nice way to work people into it. So you can start on your left side, so you're facing the camera. And then you want to have your hips and knees nice and stacked. You're going to have your bottom hand supporting your head. Yeah, exactly. Good. And then try to keep your hips actually all the way down on the ground, on the mat. Yeah, awesome. Okay, and then you want people, when they're here in this position, to have a little room behind them. So scoot your upper body forward just a little bit. Yeah, that's good. And the knees too. And then kind of just like pull your knees up a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now this arm is going to reach towards the floor. Yes, and she's going to kind of look at the floor too. So we're opening up in rotation now. She's going to pull this arm back. You're going to let your gaze follow it. And you're going to open the arm, pull it back as far back as you can go. Nice spot to give someone here is to kind of press on the knees and hips, right? And you get more length through your side. And you're going to reach that hand down to the ground. Yep, and then you're just inhaling and exhaling, start to bring the arm back. Feel your chest open, feel the arm reach back behind you, and then let that upper shoulder kind of like, come down a little bit. There you go. Good. And then slowly let that arm come forward. We're doing it one more time. So 3 times just to get that spine nice and warmed up in rotation, and then coming up and back, and I'm giving her this nice little bit of traction to increase the stretch. Reaching open. Good. And then slowly coming forward. Yes. Okay. Now, she's going to work her way into that little forearm oblique curl. So, this hand can come down. You want your forearm to come down on the Bosu hand, or so people's torsos are different lengths, right? So if they can't get all the way down on the mat, just here is good. Yeah. And then you're going to let your upper body come down and relax your head onto your bottom arm a little bit. That arm's going to reach all the way overhead. Yes. Hips and knees are still stacked, knees are bent. Now, she's going to see if she can straighten the bottom arm, press herself up, and pull that elbow into your waist. Here. Yeah, exactly. And then come down, bend the elbow, reach up and over. So this is a great way to get people ready for short box series using the Bosu, because that's what we're going to do. We're basically going to do side bends using the Bosu, which is way harder than the box because it's unstable surface than the box, and it's also lower to the mat, as you guys will see. This is a nice way to warm up those obliques. She's not rotating whatsoever now. As she comes up, she's just engaging here. She's thinking about sliding that bottom rib towards that hip. And then up and over, reach and lengthen. Plus this part feels good, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice little stretch. And then in and up. That's what's so nice about side bends. You get the dynamic stretch and you get the strength. So she's really wrapping those abdominals around her torso as she comes up. And then also trying to keep this length here. Yes, you're fine. People always, and everyone wants to bring their head forward in side bends. You always want to have people really lengthen the head back as they lower and lift. Let's do one more. I think you're ready for the fun stuff. Down and then coming up and lift. Yes, good. Now she's going to kind of scoot up on the Bosu. Hopefully we guess the right distance so it flows really nicely. So now you can come up, you want to actually get your hips up on here, kind of like right below the bullseye. And then your bottom knee is going to be bent. And then this leg is going to go underneath your fuzzy strap. Ooh, we might have guessed the right distance. This is exciting. Maybe, maybe. Now, see if you can bring this shin forward. Yeah, so you're like this. This is good. Now, do you feel like you're too, I almost feel like I need to move a little closer. Yeah, no worries. It's a very quick thing to do. Yeah, that's good. Now, you don't want to feel like you're reaching for that. Is that good? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Now, she's going to come down all the way over the Bosu. This hand is going to come down. Yep, and then this arm's going to reach overhead. You're going to bend this elbow. Exactly. Now you get to do the full enchilada. So when she comes up now, she's going to lift her whole body up, pull this elbow in, yep, and then come back down. That hand's going to reach down towards the the ground. She comes into that all the way over side bend, amazing, and then come up, and she's gonna pull that elbow in, and you can actually do your opposite arm reaching overhead too at the top. That gives you a nice little stretch. Yep, and then take that arm down, and then reach up and over. So now this is way harder to come up, right? She's got her foot under the strap to help, but she's on an unstable surface. Yes. And then it's lower to the ground than the box, as we discussed. So a little bit more challenging. Down. More body, more muscular effort required to come up.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah. She's making it look very easy, but it's very hard. Reach. Nice job. And then up and over, down, reach. Amazing, and lift. We're gonna do 2 more before we challenge her with some pulses. 2, reach, and just getting that oppositional energy. Head staying in line with the spine looks really good. That bottom knee is gently pressing down. We got 2, up and lift, pulling that elbow in, finding that length over here, yes. And then one more time, going down, reach the arm. Now you're gonna come all the way up, and then I want you to hold at the top, and you're gonna wrap this hand around your waist. Yes. And then I want you to go down now to the ground and do this one where you go down and now pull yourself up this way. Yes, exactly. Harder than the first one, no help. Down, yep, and lift. Great job. Yes. So she's really reaching through this leg that's under the strap. Down, she's really engaging the abdominals to lift the body up, especially that right oblique. And she's knitting those ribs together. Down, and then up and lift. Hold in. Yep, 3 more. Not making her do a full 10 because she already did a bunch over here. 3 and lift. Yep, and 2 down and lift. And then now see if you can bring your body back a little bit on this next one. Yes, so try to keep your body back here as you work. Down, there you go. Down. Lift. Now, hold here. We're going about 3/4 of the way down. So see if you can go down towards the mat a couple inches. Yes. Reach this arm long. Beautiful. Now go down an inch, up an inch from here. Yes, exactly. Keep your head pulled back against an imaginary wall. That's it. Exactly. We have 5. 4. You get to stretch after this. 3, 2, and 1. Yes. Now, just stretch. You get to take that hand, bring it down, yeah, and then take that other hand across. Exactly. So just like you would on the short box, right? You can give people this same stretch. We're giving her a nice little break before we go into some side body work using the Bosu. So now we're working our way over it, like I said, right? So now she's going to take her foot out of the fuzzy. Yep. And you're going to stay on this side. You're just going to scoot your hips up a little bit more so that they're right on the bullseye. Yeah, exactly. And then you're going to be on this forearm. So that forearm is going to be down. You want your elbow right under your shoulder. And we're going to go both legs really straight. Yes, exactly. And I would maybe even for you to scoot down this way just a little bit. So that way it doesn't feel so hard to like lift your legs up. Yeah. Okay, so now we're working on lifting here. Very good. Shoulders rolled back. She's reaching the crown of her head this way on that diagonal. Yes. And then she's going to let the legs come up into that nice little hover. Yes, very good. So hard. Very hard. Now, she's holding this crazy position, right? Lots of muscular effort. We got to engage the core. We got to lift the bottom half of the waist. Now she's going to lift the top leg up. Lifting up and then coming down. Very good. Roll your hips forward, just a teeny tiny bit. There you go. Yeah, and then lift up. Yes, and then down. Good. Go in and up out of here. Lift up out of here. There you go. Good. Up and down. So now we're working on balance, core stability. She's got to keep this lift. Collarbones are wide. Everything is working overtime. She's making it look really easy. Up and down. Don't worry, I'm not making you do 10 reps. One more time with that leg coming up. Yep. Okay, now we do mini scissors. Okay, this key to this is small range. So this leg's going to go back towards me. Your other leg's going to go forward. Yes, exactly. Little baby scissors. Because you've got to maintain your stability so hard. Keep breathing. Yeah, keep lifting up and out of that bottom shoulder. There you go. Yep. Just 2 and 1. Hold right here, last thing. You're gonna bend this knee, pull it up, baby bend, and then straighten it in line with your bottom. Yes. Baby bend and straighten. Good. Baby bend and straighten. So she's like working every muscle in her body right now. Now hold herself. She's basically levitating on the Bosu, right? And press. She's working her booty, outer hips, core, upper body, every muscle, and press. Yep, just do 2 more. 2, you don't need a lot of these to feel it. 1 more, bend, press. Good, you can let that leg come down. Thank God, right? Okay, so now to switch, or to transition to the other side, I'm gonna have her come scoop down in front of the Bosu and just kind of like give yourself a little stretch for a second. So let your, bottom arm straighten. Just let your whole body relax over there. Yes. So usually you can give people a little traction if you're working out at home by yourself. Obviously you won't get this nice. You can still stretch here. But it is nice to give people, I like to put my hands on the hip bone, the front and the back, and then up kind of towards the bottom of the shoulder, and then give a little bit of traction here, right? Using the fingers, and then I kind of move out, and then I move in. So I'm tractioning her sides. We just work them really hard. Now we're elongating them. And then now you can switch sides. We're going to do the whole thing on the other side. So you can switch your hips and knees around. She's going to face this way now. We're starting with the stretch. So remember, you're sitting in front of it now. Your hips and knees are bent. There's a lot of stuff. So I'll remind you of all the things. So first we've got, hips and knees stacked. Exactly. Bottom hand supporting head. She's got room behind her on the Bosu. And we're going to go into that nice kind of like spine twist movement. So that arm's going to reach towards the floor. Exactly. And then she's going to reach this arm up and back behind her. I'm here. If you've got a private, you can come in, one hand on the top knee, one hand on the hip bone. Give someone a little bit of traction and or stability to increase the stretch. Yeah, reaching down. And then she's reaching up and back. She's breathing throughout, opening the chest, reaching that arm back. Yeah, exactly. I want to open up the chest, feel the spine, stretch and rotation, and then let that arm come forward. Good job. 1 more time. Coming up and back, cradling the head with the hand, giving yourself that nice support. Reaching back, opening. Amazing. We're going to float down. That was your last one. Good. Now she's working her way up on the Bosu a little bit. Hips are still on the ground. Now she's going to take that forearm, wrap it around here. Yes. And then we're starting with that kind of modified side curl or crunch to get ready for the side overs. So hips and knees stay stacked. Yeah, top arm's going to reach up overhead. Your head kind of rests on your bottom hinge. She's going to come up, straighten that arm, pull that elbow into the waist. Exactly. Up and over, bend the elbow, stretch over the Bosu. And then she's coming up, she's pulling that elbow in. Yeah, I'll hold right in front. There you go. Try to keep that. You're fine.
Postures.
Yes. No, it's fine. Everyone in side bends is going to want to come forward. So you always want to make sure you're giving people that feedback and reminding them to pull the head, chest, shoulders back against an imaginary wall so that they don't lose their nice stacked position with their body. And then come up. Yes, good job. And then coming down. Let's do 2 more. 2, reach up and over, and then lift and pull that elbow in. 1 more time. Down, she's really tuning in to that connection to the top half of the waist so she can take that into the next exercise, right? That's a lot harder. So now you're going to come over the Bosu. Hips come up on top. Not quite on the bullseye. We want to be slightly below the bullseye so that you can balance. That bottom knee is bent. We're going to take that fuzzy, top leg straight. Exactly. And then now you can take that bottom arm and bring it down onto the mat. And you come down, I think you were down in the forearm, right? Yeah. And then this arm reaches overhead. So we're starting with a full range side bend, right? So she's got that nice position. Do you feel good about where everything is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. So now when you come up, you're going to lift your entire body. Pull that elbow in. You're going to reach that other arm overhead. Amazing job. Yes. And then come down with that arm. She's reaching up and over. So she's getting this beautiful stretch at the bottom. And then when she comes up, she's pulling that elbow in. She's reaching that other arm up and over, finding length through that side body. Good. And then your other arm goes down. You bend that elbow, you reach up and over, elongating, and then she's lifting. She's pulling the ribs in, pulling the navel in and up. The whole core is working to lift. There you go. and then coming down. Reach up and over, inhale. Exhale, lift your body, pull that elbow into your waist. Yes, amazing, 2 more. And then we get to do a little harder one, where she's got no help from that bottom hand, right? Down, and then up, and lift. Beautiful, and we have 1 more time. Down, she's using that tension from the strap to help her reach through this heel. And then come up and lift. Now, hold here. Take this hand, wrap it around your waist. Now she's going to go down into the side bend. She has no help from that bottom hand. She's lengthening, she's finding that toaster slot, and then she's going to lift up, pull that elbow in. Yes, good job. Way harder than the first ones, right? Down, inhale, and exhale, up and lift. Yes. Just make sure, wash your head. Yeah, make sure you get there. You go. That's good. You want to just keep it kind of pulled back. It's nice to give someone the hands-on correction, maybe first couple times, and then use your words so that you don't interrupt their flow, right? Up and over, and then lift, pull yourself up. Great job keeping your hips square, everything staying square. 0 rotation happening in that body. We're just focusing on pure lateral flexion of the spine. Yes, amazing. 3 more. 3, up and over, find that side bend. Exhale, pull yourself up. Yes. And 2, reach up and over, and lift, and then 1 more time. Up and over, find the length, and lift back up. Great job. Now she's ready for our side leg series, where we got to balance on top of the Bosu. So we're going to get rid of that fuzzy. She's going to bring her hips up, really almost on the bullseye, so that they're centered on it. Legs are going to be straight. That bottom elbow is right underneath the shoulder. Amazing. Yes. And then you're going to take this arm, reach it up over, you can be overhead, not overhead, sorry. Reaching straight up to the ceiling. Just kidding. I was making that way harder than it needs to be. So this is optional, right? Or you have the hand on the Bosu, which I think you had on the other side. Yeah. She's like, please don't make me do that. It's really hard. So that's an option, right, guys? So now we want to keep this lift here. Yeah, I was going to say bring your elbow back a little bit. This is good. Okay. I almost like scoot up this way a little bit more towards the mirror. Yeah, because you want to be able to get your legs in that nice little hover off the mat. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so now she's here. She's lifting the bottom half of the waist, rolling the shoulders back. Press the forearm down to lift more up here. There you go. That's good. Okay, now she's here. She's holding. The legs are long and reaching. She's going to lift the top leg up and then come down. Yes. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So she's got both legs actively reaching away from a strong core. Yes. And then lift, exhale, and then come down. Yes. This requires literally total control and focus so that you do not fall off the Bosu. Up and down. That bottom leg is reaching actively away, yes, the whole time. It's staying at that lifted position. Lots of inner thigh work to keep it there. Up and down. Good. 2 more. 2 and 1. Yes. Now we've got the mini scissors, right? So you're, yes, alternating forward and back. See how small she's making it, right? If you can make it bigger, but you're not going to want to go too big because you're on the unstable surface. Your main key here is to keep the stability through the rest of the body. So she's reaching through the toes, getting that little bit of length through the legs. She's reaching long through those legs. Yeah, exactly. 2 more. 2 and 2. 1 and 1. Now both legs are straight in line with the hips. The last one, she's going to bend the top knee, find that slight bend. You're pulling it up towards you a little bit, and then you're going to reach it out straight in line with the other leg. Yes. Bend a little bit, so it's like right here. Working the glute and hamstring, the abductors, all those outer hip muscles are working. Yes, and then really lengthening here. There you go. Bend, reach straight. Perfect. 3 more. 3 and reach. She's doing so awesome here. 2 and reach. 1 more time. In and reach. Yes. And then you can kind of scoot yourself and let your legs come down. Let's start there. And then you can scoot down and just kind of stretch down over the Bosu, and then you can give people that little bit of traction, right? So she's going to get her hips all the way down on the mat, reach the top arm overhead, let the bottom arm straighten, head totally supported, and then I'm coming in and giving her that little bit of traction. So I've got my hands, one on like the PSIS, and then on the ASIS, so the front of the hip bones, the back of the hip bones, And then I'm just giving her a little bit of traction. And I'm just gonna glide my hands in and then glide away. So I'm kind of just giving that fascial release and massage, and actually she worked those muscles really hard. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Nice deep breaths, very good. Okay, now she's right here. She can actually just flip right over onto your back. We're gonna do that nice chest stretch. Yeah. So now you can, all of this is very easy, right? It maximizes the position of the Bosu that you already have, so you can move quickly through things. So now she's just gonna lay all the way down on it. Yeah, get as much of your back on there as you can while keeping your hips down on the mat. Head goes over, yes. And this is everyone's favorite stretch. Opens the chest, stretches the neck, just gonna let the chin kind of go back to open up the front of the neck. And then we're just gonna have her do some arm circles. The arms are gonna go all the way up and back behind you, and then come down and around by the sides. Yes. So now she's opening up through the chest. We're getting her into that little bit of extension, because we are gonna go into some prone extension, or some extension on the stomach next. But we're gonna do a little stretching first, because we're right here. Now reverse, go out to the side, float up, and then come down by your hips. Amazing. Out to the side, float up, and then down. One more time. Up and out, and then down. Palms face each other. You're gonna let your arms open out to the side. So open nice and wide, stretch, inhale, and then exhale, bring the arms together. So we're working on opening up the chest and the shoulders here, and out wide. Now most people are driving, texting, typing, and so it really compresses the front of the body. So this is so great for people. And then now I'm going to give her a little active release for the pecs. So I'm going to press right on where the pec minor is here, and give a little pressure. How's that? More or good? Good, okay. And then I'm going to just move her arm. So this is one of my clients' favorite stretches. You know, if you have a group class, you obviously won't be able to do this part, but you can do the first part, and then just skip this little section, but most people really like this. Yeah, feels really good. So you're taking the arm passively through this range of motion while applying pressure on the muscle origin and insertion point. Like my whole knuckle is covering that spot. And so then when I bring her arm down, yeah, it's like, see the difference? I don't know if you guys can see, but this arm is way lower than this one, because now we released it. And then I go in and I just give her a little bit of massage right in here. Again, I'm right on the pec minor. I'm going along the length of the muscle. So I'm not just randomly putting my hand here. Yeah, now I'm gonna even her up, so we're gonna switch sides. Again, if you have a group, you can skip it, but most people really appreciate this one and love it. Yeah, still so good. So now I'm here again, I'm right on the muscle with my knuckles, right? Now, how's that pressure? Good. Good. You always want to ask people, because some people, like, almost you have to press so hard it feels like their arm's going to fall off, and then some people just want a very light pressure. You want to go with the comfort level of your person, because it's going to feel good either way. You might feel some crunching happening, totally normal. Lots of little ligaments and bones in there. You just want to make sure you're on that right spot. So you got to know your anatomy. And you're just moving that arm forward and back, the palm facing up. There you go. You want that palm up to help open up the muscle. If the palm is down, you can't get as much stretch. And you just do it a couple times. You know, going about 4, 5, 6 times. And then I'm gonna let the arm totally relax, like I said, on the other side. And then I just go in and I give her a little extra massage. So again, I'm going the length and direction of the muscle fibers to give her a little extra stretch. And then to end, I have her take a big inhale. And then on the exhale, that little bit of pressure down. Good. And then inhale in. And then exhale. So I'm pressing right on those pec minors that I just released. And now, as you can see, her arms are even. They're evenly relaxed, right? They were like sticking up. Now they're totally flat. Okay, watch your head when you come up from there. So now we're going to have her come up. And we're going to end with a little bit of extension using the push-through bar. So you're going to want to take your roll-down bar off. And then we're going to put 2 springs on the roll-down bar, or the push-through bar, sorry. So you want to take your springs up to the top, and then this is going to we'll make use of our Bosu position, because all we have to do is move it up, slide it up just a tiny bit for this last nice little exercise. Which is going to feel so good after that stretch. Because now we did an extension on her back, now she gets to do extension on her stomach. So I'm going to move it just up a little bit. So when you're Bosu's here, everyone has different torso lengths, but when someone is laying on it, you want to start with the bar in front of the uprights. So you're going to come down, hip bones on the top of this, right? And you're on your stomach. And then you're going to grab onto this with your hands. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now she's grabbing on, I'm spotting, right? So I'm making sure I'm holding on to this. Head in between your arms. Yeah, there you go, that's perfect. You can let your toes go flat. You want to keep them on the mat. This is the perfect position, yes. So see how she's starting with her arms straight, the bar's in front of the uprights. That's what you want. Okay, you got the bar? Okay, let go. So now, slowly, she's going to start to lift up into a swan position. She's going to anchor the feet, let the bar guide you, and start to lift up. Only as high as you don't feel like you're hyperextending here. How's that? Good? Okay, now hold right here for a minute. I want you to look down just a little bit. Yep, that's good. So this is nice, right? There's no compression in here, right? And then I'm going to keep my hands here so I can stretch that lower back out for her. So now she pushes the bar forward, lowers the chest down towards the mat, and then I've got my hands right on her sacrum, her SI joint, and like really the tailbone. Yeah. And then now slowly wrap the shoulders around your back. Start to lift from your mid-back as you let the bar guide you up into that extension. You can come up as high as it feels okay on your back. How's that? Good. And then press back down, nice and slow and controlled. Yes, exhale. Good. And then sometimes you can also even do this. Do the heels of your hands right on people's PSISs, and then now come up this way. So I'm giving her length through her lumbars, because she likes to hyperextend. Yeah, come up, and then slowly come back down. So everyone will have a different range of motion here. It depends on how much mobility they have here, and how much they're able to control not getting into that super hyperextended position in the lower back. Come up and lift. Yeah, there you go. So you can lift a little more. How's that? Doesn't hurt, does it? No. Okay, good. And then slowly go back down. Yep. Exactly. Okay, on this next one, she's going to come up and stay up there, okay? She's going to hold that position. Coming up. Holding right here. Now, come down just like maybe 1 inch right there. So she's going to work on the endurance of these muscles by holding herself up. Now, so you can hold your back straight, or not in foot straight, but in this position. Bend your elbows and pull the bar into your chest, but don't let your body move. And then push the arms straight back up. Yes, exactly. Bending in. Inhale. Exhale. Press straight. So she's wrapping the shoulders around the back. Her legs are long and reaching. She's got the glutes gently engaged to hold her back in this nice elongated position. Press. Bending in. Inhale. And then exhale. Press. Yes. Right here. That's good. And then bend in. Inhale. And exhale. Reach. Press. Amazing. Yep. 2 more. 2. And press. And then 1 more time. So lots of endurance to those back muscles. Press straight, hold. Now, let your body come forward and down over the Bosu. Keep holding on to the bar. Don't let go of it. Very important. Then I'm just going to give her a little bit of how's that? Good. Good. So I'm just pressing here, slightly below the calves. She's still holding onto that bar. You want to make sure nobody lets go of it until you get up there. But now she's stretching her entire lower back. Probably feels so good. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm giving her that counter pressure here, and then her arms are pushing away. Now I'm going to come in and grab the bar. And now you can press yourself back behind the Bosu. Take a nice little shell stretch. She's going to counter stretch and let her arms just reach over the Bosu. Yeah, knees wide. And then just think about kind of rounding your spine a little bit, rounding the lower back. Yeah, get in a nice little stretch for your lower back, counter stretch and extension. She's going to take 2 really nice big deep breaths in that position. Yeah. Inhaling in, and then exhaling out. Yes, amazing. And then the last thing we're going to do with the Bosu is flip it over this way, right, towards the front. We're already right here, really nice transition. I'm just gonna form some planks. So, we're gonna be using the little thumb holes right on the side. So you're gonna have your hands on there. You're just gonna do a couple different things. So, it's a little bit harder up here on the tower and or the Cadillac because you're up high versus being on the floor and you've got this unstable surface, right? So I want you to come up, you're gonna put your thumbs kind of in the nice little divots of the Bosu, yep. Curl your toes under, and then press yourself up into a nice little plank position. Yeah, exactly, good, smart. So you can already see, right, how this wants to move. So we're trying to keep this super strong and stable because she's gonna press her arms down into it to lift up through the chest. And then lengthen the back of the neck, just a little more for me. There you go, that's amazing. Okay, so she's holding this position, she's gonna keep her hips here. Now, bend your right knee, drop it towards the floor. Yep, and then press it straight, and then left. Exactly. Tons of abs, right? Bend, and press. Exactly, bend, and press. So what she's doing is when she bends the knee, her hips aren't moving. You're doing a great job. Bend, and reach. Most people are gonna try to dip their hips. So you can hold here to keep their hips in place. And if you're just doing it at home, just keep that in mind. You don't want to let your hips drop. Bend and reach. Just do 2 more times each side. 2. Yep. 2. Keep elongating that spine. Yep. 1. And 1. Yes. And you can come down. You can take a little break for a second. Yeah. Exactly. It's like full body effort again. The Bosu really forces you to engage every muscle because of its instability. Okay, last thing. So you get to come back up in that little plank, and then we're going to try to do a little knee rotation. So you're holding your upper body still, and I want you to try to take your right knee towards your left elbow. Yes, and then step it back, and then now left knee, right elbow. Good, yes. And notice how she's keeping her upper body super square, right? So she's turning from the hips and the waist, but her upper body, those shoulders, are staying super square. Yes, over the wrists. And then she's hardly moving the Bosu, which is really good. And turn and reach. Yes. Turn and reach. Great job. And turn and reach. One more time each way after this one. Right, because you started with the right. Yep, so do one more time to the left. Yeah, or one more time to the right, and then one more time to the left. Good. And then you can carefully come all the way down. You can bend those knees. Yep. And then take a nice little child's pose for me. Let your arms reach forward. You can even put them on top of the Bosu. It feels kind of good. Yeah. Gives her that like lat stretch now to have the arms elevated up on there. And I just want you to take 2 nice big deep breaths. Yeah. Try to breathe into the sides of the rib cage. Yeah, exactly. And with that nice deep breathing. Inhale, breathe into the sides of the rib cage, get that expansion, and then exhale, relax, release. Awesome. Then you can just walk your hands towards you. And you're all done. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope it gives you some fun new ideas and ways to use your Bosu on the tower.